friends, my name is Tiwari and today I am going to discuss about reformative theory. Let's get started. So, reformative theory focuses on transforming societal norms, institutions, and practices to address injustices, inequalities, and social problems. It aims to create positive change through number 1, critique of existing power structures, second, advocacy for marginalized groups, third, promotion of social justice and human rights. So, what is existing power structures and what is the meaning to criticize existing power structures? Power structures we can mainly refer to not only incumbent, not only in institution, but religious, organizational structure. Second one, advocacy of marginalized people is something like some vulnerable categories people like senior citizenships and disability prone people, certain women that are weaker comparison to some rich area women society, and old people with certain ailments. Third but not the least, promotion of social justice and human rights. Social justice and human rights are not the topics to always spoken of about. It is about the awareness, it is about the action, because unless actions and awareness aren't there, social justice and human rights cannot be promoted only just for sake. So, in order to promote social justice and human rights, reformative theory plays a major role. Reformative theories can be applied in various fields such as in education, law, politics, and social movements. Some key aspects of reformative theory include challenging dominant ideologies. When we are talking about challenging dominant ideologies, it can be political, religious, economical, societal, civilizational, cultural, etc. And we really are aware about challenging dominant ideologies takes guts and grit. So, to challenge the dominant ideologies, reformative theories and actions certainly play a major role. Second, empowering marginalized communities. If there are some communities that are weaker, that are vulnerable, that are being exploited, and nobody is taking them into account, then reformative theories and reformative actions are must and most importantly required. Third one, where we can use reformative theory that in turn causes reformative actions and major impact in some areas in somebody's life is fostering critical consciousness through reformative actions. We always understand few things always happen in our life, and we come across these things daily. Every now and then it happens before our eyes, but we are not that conscious because we are stuck somewhere. We are not that conscious, we are not that aware that we stop critically analyzing the adversities or the inefficacies or the change that is must be required. So, fostering critical consciousness can only be done after we understand reformative theory, because only reformative theory can cause a reformative action that can create positive change. Reformative theories can lead to significant positive changes in society and that promotes greater equality, justice, and human well being. Now, after understanding Now, after understanding reformative theory, some notable thinkers are very important to know about, like Paulo Freire from critical pedagogy, Bell Hooks, critical theory and social justice, and third, Angela Davis, social justice and activism. Thanks to these guys who did a great job in order to develop this reformative theory, made us understand reformative theory so that major societal and global impact can be made. Now, after understanding reformative theories, its actions, and notable thinkers, let's explore some specific applications and examples of reformative theory. Like, first one is educational reform. So, we need to understand that time is changing, people are changing, but education must be child centered. Earlier, we need to know that it was teacher centered and situational centered, government centered, incumbency centered. But now, since we got aware after so long, after a lot of researches being done in our country about children, about educational structure, about the impact of pedagogy, so we really need to be reforming in critical pedagogy in education. Second one is inclusive curriculum. As we already know, there are different capabilities in different kind of human beings. So in order to address everybody's capability in an inclusive manner, inclusive curriculum is required. And anti-bias education is also important, that aims to challenge dominant narratives and promote social justice. Like, if there are certain communities in such way that we know that if community is poor, it cannot afford private education systems. It really needs to go to government institutes. So, to promote their social justice, we really need to challenge dominant narratives that education only can happen in private institutions and in an area where people have to pay a lot of fee, only then poor people will get to get access about education. So, anti-bias education aims to challenge dominant narratives and promote social justice. So, there, if we consider about the reformative actions, how can they make a change in the lives of some people that cannot manage or afford private kind of education? So, we really need to reform some theories, rules, and law, and we really need to develop some schools, government schools, in welfare of our society, not for profit making. We need to help both institutional mannerisms, like we need to inculcate latest information, update teachers also, update students also, update the infrastructure also. So, I hope you got understood about the reformative actions in educational reform terms. The second one is law and policy reform. How can the reformative actions of theory be used in law and policy reforms? So these are like in advocacy for human rights, in criminal justice reform, and policy changes to address systemic inequalities, reformative theory can be used. Like we get to know that these days crimes are increasing and criminals are also increasing, but the punitive measures are not changing. So, in proportion of criminal mindset, criminal practices, and the culprits and the victims, we really need to take punitive measures and punishments. Like, there must be some balance. So, law and policy reforms through reformative actions in theory can change systemic inequalities, and so policy changes can be done. Now, third but not the least important, social movements. How social movements are example of reformative theory and its actions. Because movements like hashtag Me Too, hashtag Black Lives Matter, and hashtag LGBTQ plus rights, challenging dominant power structures and promoting social justice. How? Because reformative theories and actions itself are made are being studied just to challenge dominant power structures to promote social justice. Fourth one is community organizing, grassroots efforts to empower marginalized communities, promote collective action, and address local issues. So, here we are talking about community organizing. Like, if we are addressing some problems in community which is not being considered by authorities, so some reformative actions are required for promoting collective action and collective justices for the people that are related that come under the community. Now, fifth but not the least, policy changes. The major impact, the major use of reformative theory is not only promoting the ideas to know about reformative actions and theories and you know put it in some brackets of philosophical uh, angst or philosophical nature to be studied upon, to do PhD on it, but to make certain change on the ground, for the ground realities, for the major social impact upon the lives of human beings, animals, and for humanity and society. So, policy changes come under reformative theory application. For example, reforming policies to address issues like economic inequality, climate change, and access to healthcare. So, I hope you got understood each and every point well enough to understand the reformative theory. Since climate change has become a major topic in this area of exploitation, pollution, and air pollution and problems, and in a vicious circle of you know the unawareness about where our nature is going, where our earth is going, we're gonna be all in terms of sustainability. We really need to understand about climate change, and climate change is really a topic to be addressed. I'll definitely address it in a certain video, but before that, I guess you all get to know about the concept, the term reformative theory, the actions related to reformative theory, the practices related to reformative theory, and certain notable thinkers and applications related to reformative theory. I hope I have done justice for this topic. So, if any query you really need to ask, you can ask in comments. Thank you for joining me.